Welcome back to Scottish Mancave and welcome to this week's video. It's a bit of a different video this week. I'm going to be playing some Red Dead Redemption where I'll speak about my goals for 2025. I'm going to separate them into two categories. The first one is my Scottish Mancave goals and the second one is my own personal goals for 2025. So before we get into the goals for 2025, I just want to say I hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas. I hope Santa was really good to you. And yeah, just a big shout out to everyone who's subscribed to the channel and has been with me from the start of this amazing journey. So we're going to start with the Man Cave goals for 2025, and the first one I've got is just to keep growing the channel. I want to grow the channel organically, and I'm not setting myself a goal to make sure I get like 1,000 subscribers by 2025, but I really want to grow this as best as I can. So I'm going to be really committed in 2025 to creating the vlogs. I absolutely love doing the vlogs. I love going to charity shops. I love going to CEX and filming. I love just travelling around Scotland as well. There's going to be so much more of that. I'm going to take it to a different level next year. It's just going to be fantastic. Just for travelling. It's going to be amazing. I've got so much ideas when it comes to the vlogs. But also, I want to try and be as creative as possible. So if you enjoyed this kind of video, let me know in the comments, guys, because I'm going to do some more different kind of videos. I'm not going to set myself to do 2 videos a week or anything. We're always going to have our vlogs, as long as I'm not ill or anything or life gets in the way. It's always going to be on a Thursday at 5 p.m. but I really want to be creative and try different things. I'm very experimental, and next year I really feel I can grow this channel. So yeah, this is going to be a different kind of video to what you're used to. I'm recording on an iPhone at the moment, and that is what my second goal is for Scottish Mancave, which is to get new equipment and have better production. So I've already ordered a brand new mic, so I can do like a podcasty style kind of, audio recording, because the current headset I use at the moment is just not very good, to be honest. It's good for gaming, it's got good sound quality, but the mic just doesn't come off well. So I'm recording using an iPhone. I think the audio is coming across okay, but I just want to take it to a different level, and I think like a podcast mic will do the job. But also I would like to invest in, more cameras, new equipment, that sort of thing. My editing software, I'm pretty happy with the software I use, to be honest, so, we'll continue using that. But yeah, I think the audio especially can be improved. And that leads on to the gaming channel. Just an update on the gaming channel. It's kind of been in limbo, and I was debating getting rid of it because the gaming channel was actually doing better than the main channel, believe it or not. But the main focus has always been on the Scottish Mancave main channel and not the gaming channel. But I wasn't happy with the production of the gaming channel, especially because of the mic. So with buying a new mic, I think the gaming channel will return, but I'm going to also market the gaming channel and promote the main one as much as I can on there to get the traffic onto this channel, sort of thing. But yeah, another goal for 2025 is actually to play more video games. I have been guilty of not playing enough video games at all this year. I've maybe completed like 3-4 games this year, which is just not good enough for me. I spend so much time watching YouTube, especially. I can binge watch YouTube for like 12 hours. So I'm going to stop watching as much YouTube and actually focus on myself and creating new content on the gaming channel, but also just for me to enjoy video gaming again. And it'll go into more on the personal stuff when we do go into my personal goals, but yeah, I really want to get properly back into gaming this year. You know, I play my EAFC and all that sort of stuff, but there's more games than just FIFA. And let's be honest, EA just now, yeah, they're absolutely tanking it, really. You know, they're milking every single penny they can out of the customer. So yeah, it's one of them things where it's about time I start playing some more games. I like shorter games. Stray was a game last year that I completed that I really enjoyed, and it hit the sweet spot for me. Like, I don't have the time to do 100 hours RPG, but I guess if I split it down into certain game sessions, you know, 2 hours here and there, then I definitely can complete it. So on the gaming channel, I might do some like long plays, like my full experience of the game, but just no commentary. I might start doing that, because not every single game I want to be, you know, streaming or recording gameplay. I like to play it on my own leisure as well. So I think if I just, you know, start playing, especially when I get a new monitor, because when I was doing the EAFC content, I absolutely love doing the EAFC content, and that will return once I do receive a new mic. But I would like to get a new desktop screen as well. You know, maybe even a 4K kind of screen for streaming gaming, because I'm just using a cheap £20 monitor from the British Heart Foundation at the moment. So it has been, you know, it's a big difference when you're playing on a big TV to then playing on a small little LG TV that was made in 2005, and it's not even fit for, you know, the graphics of the Xbox Series X. Another goal was to get the PlayStation 5 again. I really want the PS5. I had a PS5 during the pandemic. I was one of the lucky ones that got a PS5, you know, super early. I think within the first week I managed to get it. I was very lucky considering, you know, the whole fiasco with the scalpers and stuff. So yeah, I would like a PS5 again so I can start playing the more PlayStation exclusive games. I wouldn't mind trying the Spider-Man games, the God of War games as well. And also I would like to pick up a retro Tink, which converts, you know, your PlayStation 2, your original Xbox, you know, anything that's got like your AV cables onto a bigger TV and outputs them to a 16:9 aspect ratio, because I actually love, you know, retro consoles more than like the PlayStation 4, the PS5. I love the PS2. The PS2 is my favourite console of all time, but it just does not hold up well on modern TVs. So yeah, that's a little thing. But yeah, new equipment especially, I think will up the production of Scottish Mancave, especially on this channel, but also the gaming channel as well, which I'm hoping would attract, you know, an audience to this main channel, because that was the main goal in the first place. So, you know, the gaming channel was doing, especially the PDC darts videos, was doing over 3,000 views in some of the videos, but which was like 3 times more than what we were doing on this channel. So it was outgrowing the main channel. So I think now I've just going to accept it, but also try and market it that everyone comes on to this channel, because that is my main focus for Scottish Mancave. So this is not so much a goal, but, you know, a learning experience. And with YouTube, especially being a brand new content creator, it's almost like I'm on an apprenticeship. You know, I'm learning every day. I'm learning what works. I'm learning what doesn't work. And I'm referencing to the e-begging video I did. Now, I don't regret anything I said in that video. I thought it was pretty fair, to be honest. And it was all my, you know, views and beliefs. You know, in that video, I, gave my honest opinion, and that's something I'll always do on this channel. I won't pretend to be fake or anything like that. But because it was a controversial kind of video, and, it was, I would say it was split 70-30 in my favour. A lot of people agreed with what I had to say, and, a few people did disagree with that video. Now, I don't regret doing that video at all, because, as I say, I'm giving my own personal, views and beliefs and stuff. However, what I'm thinking is, some people will have a negative impression of myself because of that video, so they're not even properly watching the video and understanding what I said, and that just creates a negative image of myself. I'm not saying it hurt the channel, but, I think, people will have their mind up before they even watch, if that makes sense, because of that kind of controversial topic I spoke about. So, in the future, I'm still going to speak about topics and stuff, but I want to try and avoid negativity. I think the other thing as well that I'm kind of learning, although I see it as comedy, for example, I use Donald Trump as like AI, subscribe to Scottish Mancave and stuff. I realise it's kind of a touchy subject now. Like, not everyone likes politics and stuff, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of Trump, really. Sort of thing, if you want to know my political beliefs, I believe in Scottish independence, but, I think I should maybe try and avoid the politics, because people, not everyone, most people know it's just, good comedy and stuff, but I think people do get really touchy on these kind of subjects, like, Trump's going to ruin the world or whatever. Like, I don't really care. I'm not really political. I'm just doing it for the comedy of, Scottish Mancave sort of thing. So I think I'm going to avoid, these kind of AI things I've been doing, but I think a lot of people did like well, let me tell you something, brother, you like the comedy things. Let me know in the comments, guys. But how can I say, everything's politically correct now. It's kind of a woke kind of world we live in, and yeah, I just don't want to offend people. Like, I don't try and offend people, and I just know, like, you can't please everybody, let's be honest. But if I can avoid, negativity on this channel, just focus on myself and be, super positive but not fake at the same time, be real with you guys, I think that's the direction of the channel I'm going to go. So, topics like this I'm going to speak about, and, if you guys want me to speak about any topics, please let me know. I'd love to know what kind of things you'd love me to talk about, but I'm going to try and avoid, the controversial negativity. But as I say, guys, I still stand by every single thing I said in that video, and I thought it was very fair. I didn't think I was being nasty or horrible or anything like that, but these people have their supporters and their fans, so to speak, and they're always gonna even, how can I say, they're always going to support that channels, but they're going to be defensive of that channels, even though you make very good points. And, it's like a cult. It's almost like a cult following. So, I think, I'm going to avoid that kind of content just so it doesn't have this channel. I'm never going to ask for a Patreon subscription or YouTube memberships. But I do see Scottish Mancave as like a business. And that's because I'm very entrepreneurial. And it's my hobby first and foremost. Scottish Mancave is my hobby. If I did not enjoy doing what I'm doing, then I just wouldn't do it, full stop. But, I've had this idea of Scottish Mancave for years. I mean, probably about 3 to 4 years. And it was only the last 9 months that I really started doing the channel. So, I own scottishmancave.com. It is going to be a website. It's in development right now, and I'm really, really excited about it. Now, there is going to be Scottish Mancave t-shirts, hoodies, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to price it as cheap as I can, that I only make like a 50p to £1 profit, but what's going to be on scottishmancave.com is not really going to be focused on my, my brand or my logo. I am working with a graphic designer in Bangladesh, which is really exciting, and I'm going to be producing t-shirts, cups, all that sort of stuff, and it's going to have my own unique designs, my ideas that's relevant to, man caves and gaming, all that sort of stuff. But also, it's going to be a registered business. It's going to be Scottish Mancave, as a business. I've had, previous experience owning a business. I was selling books on Amazon for a little while. I had a limited company and I was running it, paying HMRC on time, all that sort of stuff. But I'm really excited about the potential of Scottish Mancave, the business, but it will be its own separate entity from the channels. Now, just, as a disclaimer, I will be advertising scottishmancave.com on my channels, but I'm not going to shove it down people's throats. It's more an optional thing that's going to be, out there, so to speak. It's not, it can be a way to support the channel, but I'm treating it as a separate thing, if that makes sense. So, I've got a lot of experience with, print on demand, Shopify, that sort of thing. So, I don't want to work a regular 9-to-5 job, I'm not designed for it. I don't like being told what to do. I like being my own boss. I like having control of my own destiny. And I really think Scottish Mancave as a business, is my, goal in life now. For a long time, I felt like I had no purpose. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, in the sense of like career or like, hobbies and jobs and stuff. And it's really only the last year or so that I know my, absolute goal in life now. Like before, I was lost. I was so lost, especially when we go into the more personal kind of goals I've got for this year. And the best thing I ever did was get Chester the cat, because I felt like I had no purpose on the planet. I was just doing slave labour in a job that I absolutely hated, and like, apart from like binge drinking and all that, it was nothing. It was nothing to be excited about. Maybe the occasional holiday kind of thing, but I've always been ambitious. I've always been entrepreneurial, but I just had no direction. And now I've sort of got a sense of direction. Now, of course, there might be a different route I might take, sort of thing, but the idea's there now. And while before, I would have a business idea, and then I would have another business idea, and then another business idea. There was no direction whatsoever, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. So, I've got that goals in life, where, I would love to be my own boss. I'd love to like build my own empire, and Scottish Mancave is going to be my empire. Even just as a YouTube channel, it's my empire. It's a way. It's like it's cringy as it might sound. It's like my legacy now. Like now I've got a purpose, and now I've got like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, kind of thing. As weird as it sounds, because before, all I did was really binge drink and stuff, and go out and sesh with my pals. Like literally, it was work. Going to work, being miserable, and then your way of dealing with it was, going on the sesh with the lads and, just existing, essentially, just existing. And of course, when you're in your early 20s, you have the time of your life, of course. I've had some amazing experiences in my 20s, but, in terms of ambition, in terms of goals and things, I had no clue. And it's only really the last year I've sort of figured out what I want to do, which is exciting, which is really exciting, because it's took until I was like 28. Because yeah, it's been about 2-3 years since I've had Scottish Mancave as an idea that I actually have a direction now. I've got, an idea of what I want to do. So yeah, that is a goal of mine. Scottish Mancave is a business. Now, I've also been accepted on Display, which you're going to see on the channel as well. Display is basically like metal posters to the wall. And again, I'm working with the graphic designer in Bangladesh to come up with designs for me, sort of thing. So I've been trying to get on Display for months. So again, it's all these things are very early in development, but don't be surprised when you start seeing them on the channel. And again, I think only, I'm not going to mention it again until, the projects are up and running and, I'm ready to start, selling things and stuff. But again, it's not going to affect this YouTube channel because the way I'm going to market Scottish Mancave as the business, I'm almost marketing it like I don't have that audience on YouTube. So it's not going to affect this channel whatsoever. But just as a disclaimer, I'm also working as Scottish Mancave the business, but it's never going to affect, the channel's going to stay exactly the same, and there's not going to be the memberships or Patreon. That's a definite no for me. Another thing will be TikTok shop as well. That is going to be, I think, where I really can, reach Scottish Mancave as the business, its full potential. I think TikTok shop is actually the future for quite a lot of businesses actually. However, I think my Scottish Mancave TikTok, I kinda struggled with that a little bit. I wasn't really enjoying making that kind of content, like the shorts kind of content. It was getting really good views, but the following is one of them things. So I think, I don't know, I might use Scottish Mancave TikTok more for advertising the business sort of thing. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think TikTok shop is definitely the future for quite a lot of, businesses and stuff. But going on to more personal goals. Now, I'm quite a private guy, really, so I'm not going to share all of my personal goals. I'm only going to share with, personal goals I'm willing to talk about in the public domain kind of thing. And again, it's coming to New Year, and I don't believe in the New Year, New Me kind of push. But, so I think it's always good to, again, give yourself some targets or something, but, how can I say, just something to a goal to work for sort of thing. And the first one, we've already kind of discussed it a little bit, is alcohol. I'm not an alcoholic by any stretch of the imagination, but, in my early 20s and, even my mid-20s, I could binge drink no problem and, it'd be absolutely fine. But over the last, I'd say 2 years, the hangovers are just absolutely brutal. It's that bad that I'm spewing through my nose now. And I've tried everything. I've tried drinking alcohol with, fruit juice. I've tried drinking, everyone says, have a glass of water before you sleep. Does not work for me. Normally when I drink the water, I start being sick. How can I say, even a couple of beers, if I have 2 beers, I've got a sore head as well. I could drink, 10 vodka and cokes, right, and be less pissed than drinking a pint. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just the way my body is, I guess. But yeah, I'm never good with pints, so that kind of rules that out. I love the taste of alcohol, and I love drinking with my mates and socialising, but it's the aftermath. It's the absolute aftermath. So last year, before I started Scottish Mancave, I was in Vancouver, Canada. I was drinking with my mates. Well, my mate John, should I say. And when I came home on the plane, I says, I'm going to stop drinking. And I did. I lasted for 7 months. And it was the best I felt in a very long time. I felt amazing. And people were actually coming up to me and saying, you know, that know me personally, saying, wow, you're looking amazing. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I kind of feel it, sort of thing. And I noticed the health benefits to it. Now, it's not an easy thing to do, but I was so proud that I lasted 7 months. And I kind of regret, you know, going off of that, to be honest, because 7 months is quite a long time. And I get it, you need to live, and I still felt I had a little bit left in the tank, but the tank's now empty. You know, I'm nearly going on 31 now. You know, when you go in the nightclubs and the bars now, especially, everything changed after the COVID pandemic. You know, back then, you know, everyone was my own age and stuff. But as soon as, you know, after the pandemic, when everything opened back up, all these children appeared. Honestly, it's, you know, like, I am so out of place in the places I used to drink, which was Jam Jar, Prohibition. I used to go there all the time for 85p vodkas. Now, again, if I offend somebody, I apologise, but now I feel like I'm Jimmy Savile in the middle of the nightclub. It's like, it's all children now. I dare say some of them are probably underage. And it's like, Prohibition's still the same. It's still the same music. It's still decent. But it's full of kids now. So I don't fit in that environment anymore. So, yeah, I feel, for my own personal health as well, you know, you're getting close, you know, you're in your 20s is okay. You know, you can get away with binge drinking in your 20s and stuff. But when you turn into your 30s, that's when the problems start happening. That's when your health goes downhill. And, you know, problems start appearing. So, you know, it's one of them things where it's a lifestyle choice, I think. And again, it's one of them things where it's so easy to, like, relapse, I would say, because, you know, my pals will go, oh man, just come out for a drink. But at the same time as well, I think I can do it. I really do. So I know people might say, oh, hey, I drink, man. That's a very Scottish thing to say, but, you know, I think it's in our DNA because we're Scottish as well. We like a drink. It's definitely a family thing, if that makes sense. A typical Scottish family like a drink, I would say. It's almost like a tradition, you could say. But I think as I go into my 30s, I'm wanting to change my lifestyle. And that goes on to the second thing, which I think would be harder than giving up on alcohol, which is fizzy drinks. I am so bad for drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I have been really, really bad since I've been in really secondary school. And even to this day, I still drink like 2 litres a day, which is not healthy. And, you know, especially at school, I was probably one of the fittest people in my year. But what done it for me was the fizzy drinks and eating crappy food. Which is another one, is to stop eating, you know, the cakes and, you know, the donuts and all that sort of stuff. I'm really bad for that. So yeah, I actually find fizzy drinks harder to give up than alcohol, if I'm being honest, because for a long time as well, especially in work, especially in oil and gas, it can be really stressful and you're dealing with difficult people. And I think for some reason, Pepsi or Coca-Cola was my coping mechanism. Like, in a way, it was my way of, like, you know, people will go for a cigarette or a fag or whatever. Mine was like the Coke kind of thing. The Coke calmed me down, sort of thing. It's weird to explain. It really, really is weird to explain. But I want to stop the fizzy drinks. I want to get in the best shape of my life, which is the next goal, get in shape. You know, as I say, once you're in your 30s, especially your 40s, that's when the health problems start. You get away with it in your 20s, but not in your 30s. And yeah, I'm starting to feel my age now, definitely. And you know, I used to be in such good shape, really, really good shape, especially in my early 20s. And then I discovered the sesh, and I stopped working out. I stopped playing football. I was never the best football player in the world, but I had an engine. I could run. I could play three games of 90 minutes, no problem. But now, oh God, I wouldn't even last 5 minutes on a football pitch now. I was never the best player, but I had an engine. And yeah, I want to get in the best shape in my life. The only problem is I find the gym intimidating. I don't like the gym. I don't mind working out. I don't mind push-ups, sit-ups, press-ups. I don't mind using weights. I don't mind jogging. I don't mind anything like that. But I despise the gym environment. And I think this is maybe my hermit kind of feeling. I would rather have my own gym. But anyway, guys, that is just some of my goals for 2025. You know, the main focus really is, you know, continuing what I'm doing with Scottish Mancave. I'm really enjoying doing the vloggy kind of content. But also would love to know if you've got any goals for 2025. If you've set yourself any targets or anything. But yeah, let me please know. Please let me know what you thought of this video. And if you would love me to do like discussion videos like this one on various topics, and also let me know what topics you would love me to talk about. I've had a lot of fun actually, you know, recording this video. It's very different and very new in the style of the videos that I kind of do, sort of thing. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below. Also, Happy New Year when it comes around. I hope you have a fantastic Hogmanay, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.